9 signs you have a strong personality that secretly intimidates people. Imagine this. You're standing in a room, surrounded by people, and there's a subtle change in the atmosphere. Conversations soften, glances dart your way, and a quiet respect fills the air. No one says it out loud, but you can sense it. People view you as a powerful presence. Maybe they're even a little intimidated. If you've ever felt this way, you're not alone. Today, we're going to dive into the signs that reveal a truly strong, perhaps even intimidating personality. This isn't about being unkind or harsh. It's about understanding that you carry a unique strength, a magnetic energy that commands respect without even trying. Stick around as we go through 9 subtle yet profound traits that mark a strong, impactful personality. You might discover parts of yourself that you've never fully understood, or maybe you'll finally get why some people are drawn to you while others keep a respectful distance. Let's jump into it. Sign number 1, you have a natural confidence that others can feel. Confidence can be an invisible force that changes the energy in a room. When you carry yourself with self-assurance, people can sense it. It's not about arrogance either. A naturally confident person doesn't need to show off, boast, or demand attention. Instead, this confidence flows from a deep-rooted belief in who they are and what they can achieve. This kind of confidence doesn't just inspire, it also can intimidate those who aren't as sure of themselves. Consider someone walking into a room without saying a word, yet everyone notices. They don't need to make an entrance or draw attention, but eyes turn their way. Why? Because confidence isn't always loud. True confidence is quiet, powerful, and unmistakable. It's that silent understanding that you have everything you need within you. Let's take a look at how this plays out in everyday life. Picture a situation where a team is discussing a new project. While others are throwing around ideas, some people's voices might be drowned out in the excitement. But when a confident person speaks up, the room quiets. People listen. The confident person doesn't demand attention. They naturally earn it through their calm demeanor and the authority in their voice. They are sure of their points, articulate their thoughts with clarity, and, most importantly, don't need to seek validation from others. This quiet confidence can be a bit intimidating, especially for those who feel the need to prove themselves. But this isn't always easy for others to handle. Those who are less secure may feel a little uneasy or even jealous when in the presence of such confidence. They may wonder how someone can be so self-assured and grounded. Yet this trait isn't about them, it's about you. You've cultivated this confidence through experiences, learning, and probably even hardships that shaped you into someone who knows exactly who they are. If you've ever noticed that people look to you for answers or pause when you speak, it's a sign of that natural confidence radiating outward. It's a form of respect and sometimes even admiration. Embrace this. You've earned it through being true to yourself, through your actions, and through your presence. So if you're someone who can enter a room and feel the energy shift, know this. Your confidence is a strength. It's a part of what makes you unique. And if others are a bit intimidated, that's okay. Confidence is rare, and it's a gift that few truly possess. Sign number 2, you are direct and honest. Honesty is a powerful trait, and it often goes hand in hand with directness. People with strong personalities aren't afraid to speak the truth, even if it might be uncomfortable for others to hear. You don't feel the need to sugarcoat your words or soften your stance to make others feel better. Instead, you value transparency and clarity, believing that honesty, even when it's difficult, is the best way to communicate. Imagine a friend asks you for advice on a difficult decision. While others might say what they think the person wants to hear, you don't hesitate to offer your real thoughts. You don't avoid tough topics. Instead, you address them head-on. You believe that honesty, even when it stings, is ultimately kinder than hiding the truth. This directness, while often refreshing, can also be intimidating to those who aren't used to such candor. Take, for example, a situation in a workplace where there's a problem affecting everyone's productivity. While some people might be hesitant to bring it up, preferring to avoid conflict, you're the one who steps forward. You point out the issue clearly and suggest ways to solve it. You don't beat around the bush because to you, time and clarity matter. Social dynamics. In some cultures or social circles, being direct can be seen as abrasive. People may expect a more diplomatic or subtle approach, and your straightforward nature can make them feel exposed or even defensive. It's not because you're wrong, it's simply because honesty can be confronting. For those who are less comfortable with facing reality, your truthfulness can be intimidating. Empowering message. Your honesty isn't a flaw. In fact, it's a strength that shows courage and integrity. People who value truth and openness will appreciate this about you. You're the person others can count on to give it to them straight without hiding behind pleasantries. This trait not only saves time but builds trust, as people know they're getting the real story from you. Sign number 3. You set high standards for yourself and others. People with a strong personality often hold themselves to high standards, and they expect the same from those around them. Mediocrity is simply not an option. You believe that if something is worth doing, it's worth doing well. This commitment to excellence can inspire others, but it can also create pressure for those who aren't used to such expectations. Think about a leader who doesn't just tell their team to meet a deadline, they expect it. They don't just encourage good work, they insist on great work. This leader knows that greatness is built on high standards, and they're willing to put in the work to achieve it. When you set high standards for yourself, it's only natural that you look for the same dedication in others. And while this can push people to new heights, it can also make them feel challenged or even uncomfortable. Personal anecdote. Imagine a situation in a group project where you expect everyone to contribute their best efforts. For you, it's a matter of pride and responsibility to ensure the project meets the highest standards. But to some, your drive can seem relentless. They may feel pressured or even overwhelmed by the expectations, interpreting it as intimidating rather than motivating. Yet, this high standard is what sets you apart. It's what drives you to succeed and what inspires others to step up. Intimidation factor. Holding yourself and others to high standards can be daunting to those who prefer a more laid-back approach. They might view your expectations as rigid or intense, but remember, excellence often feels uncomfortable. It's the path less traveled, and not everyone is ready for it. Takeaway: embrace your standards as a form of leadership. High standards aren't about being harsh, they're about striving for the best. Those who share your drive will understand, and they'll be grateful for the opportunity to grow under your guidance. Others may find it intimidating, but remember, it's often the best teachers and leaders who challenge us the most. Sign number 4, you are not easily influenced by others. People with strong personalities are known for their independence of thought. You don't just go along with the crowd, and you're not easily swayed by the opinions of others. Instead, you think deeply, analyze situations, and make decisions based on what you believe is right. This independence can sometimes make others feel uncomfortable, especially those who find security in groupthink or conformity. Imagine a situation where a group is making a popular but questionable decision. Perhaps everyone is eager to agree, nodding along without fully understanding the implications. You, however, take a moment to reflect, to question, and to speak up if you disagree. This willingness to stand apart from the crowd can be intimidating, as it highlights your strength to hold firm to your beliefs even when others don't. People may label you as stubborn or even rebellious, but this strength isn't about being difficult. It's about being true to yourself. Example interaction. Let's say you're in a meeting and a decision is about to be made that doesn't sit well with you. While others hesitate to speak up, you raise a concern. You present a different perspective, and suddenly the mood shifts. Some people may get defensive, others may fall silent. Your unwillingness to simply follow can make others uneasy, especially if they lack the courage to voice their thoughts. But in the end, you're contributing to a more thoughtful and informed discussion. Psychology of independence. Standing firm in your beliefs can make others feel insecure or threatened, especially if they rely on external validation. For people who prefer harmony and consensus, your independence may feel like a challenge. But remember, this independence of thought is what defines leaders and innovators. You're not here to fit in, you're here to make an impact. Empowering message. Your ability to think for yourself is a gift, one that makes you resilient and true to who you are. Being strong-willed is often a mark of integrity. While it may intimidate others, it also earns respect. People come to trust those who don't easily bend to others' opinions. This independence is a powerful trait that helps you stand out and ultimately lead. Sign number 5, you are focused and determined. Another sign of a strong personality is an unwavering sense of focus and determination. When you set your mind on a goal, you go after it wholeheartedly. You have an intensity that drives you forward, and you don't let distractions or setbacks deter you. This kind of dedication can make others feel intimidated, especially if they lack the same drive or clarity. Consider a scenario where you're working on a long-term project. While others may be taking breaks or losing interest, you're completely absorbed, committed to seeing it through to the end. Your focus doesn't waver, and others can sense that. This dedication can make them feel as though they're not doing enough, or it may even pressure them to step up their own game. Power of purpose. Your determination is rooted in a deep sense of purpose. When you're focused on something meaningful, you don't feel the need to justify your commitment. Others, however, may find your intensity challenging, especially if they're unsure of their own goals. Your focus can be a mirror, reflecting the areas where they may lack motivation or direction. Reflection for viewers. Ask yourself if you've noticed how your focus can sometimes create distance between you and others. This isn't a bad thing. It's simply a reflection of the different priorities people have. Those who value focus and ambition will understand your dedication. Others may feel intimidated, but that doesn't diminish the importance of your goals. Encouraging takeaway. Your focus is a rare gift, and it's what propels you forward in life. While others may get distracted or lose sight of their dreams, you have the determination to follow through. Embrace this as a strength, and don't let anyone make you feel that your intensity is too much. Those who appreciate commitment will admire your focus, and they'll likely be inspired by your example. Sign number 6, you are emotionally independent. Emotional independence is one of the defining traits of a strong personality. People who are emotionally independent don't rely on others for validation, support, or happiness. Instead, they are self-reliant, understanding that true contentment comes from within. This level of self-sufficiency can be intimidating to others, especially those who are accustomed to seeking reassurance or approval from others. Imagine you're in a relationship, whether it's with a friend, family member, or partner. While others may be overly concerned with getting constant validation or attention, you're content in your own space. You don't need others to feel complete or fulfilled. This can sometimes make people feel disconnected or even insecure, as they may interpret your independence as aloofness or lack of care. But in reality, it's a sign of emotional maturity. Let's say a friend is upset because you don't need constant communication to feel connected. They may interpret this as a lack of interest, but in truth, it's because you have a stable sense of self. You don't rely on external sources for happiness, which can be confusing to those who aren't used to this level of independence. Intimidation insight. Emotionally independent people are less likely to be influenced or manipulated, which can make others feel like they have less control over the relationship. This independence can be intimidating, especially for people who are used to codependent dynamics. Empowering message. Your emotional independence is a testament to your strength and maturity. Being self-reliant means that you're capable of weathering life's ups and downs without relying on others for your stability. This is a rare and valuable trait, and while it may make some people feel distant, it's ultimately a source of deep personal strength. Sign number 7, you value quality over quantity in relationships. For people with strong personalities, relationships are about quality, not quantity. You don't seek validation through having a large circle of friends. Instead, you prioritize deep, meaningful connections with a few people who truly understand and respect you. This focus on depth over breadth can sometimes make others feel excluded or unimportant, especially those who value more casual friendships. Imagine you're at a social event, and rather than flitting around the room, you spend most of the evening in a deep conversation with one or two people. While others may view social gatherings as a chance to network or meet as many people as possible, you prefer genuine interactions. This approach can make others feel like they're on the outside looking in, as if they need to prove themselves worthy of your time. Contrast with social expectations. In a world that often values quantity, from social media followers to large friend groups, your approach can seem countercultural. People who crave validation through numbers might feel intimidated or even judged by your preference for deeper connections. Deep bonds. Quality relationships require effort, honesty, and commitment, traits that are integral to your personality. You're not interested in superficial bonds, and while this can make others feel distant, it's a choice that reflects your integrity. Encouragement. Cherish the deep connections you have. The people who truly understand you will appreciate the depth and authenticity you bring to relationships. And while others may be intimidated by your selective approach, remember that this is what makes your relationships meaningful and lasting. Sign number 8. You stand up for what you believe in. A strong personality isn't afraid to defend what they believe is right, even when it's unpopular. Whether it's standing up for a friend, defending a cause, or speaking out against injustice, people with strong personalities aren't afraid to make their voices heard. This courage to stand up for beliefs can be intimidating to those who prefer to avoid conflict or stay neutral. Consider a situation where a group is gossiping about someone unfairly, and while others go along with it, you speak up. You call out the behavior, refusing to let negativity go unchecked. This can make others uncomfortable, as they may not be used to someone openly challenging their actions or attitudes. But for you, integrity matters more than blending in. Scenario of confrontation. Imagine being in a situation where something unethical is happening, perhaps at work or in a social setting. While others choose to ignore it, you address it head on. This willingness to stand firm can make others uneasy, as they see a level of conviction that they may not have themselves. Social impact. Standing up for what's right can be isolating, as people may feel uncomfortable around those who prioritize principles over popularity. But it's this very trait that marks true leaders and visionaries. Empowering message. Don't let the discomfort of others make you second-guess your values. Your courage to stand up for what you believe in inspires those around you, even if they don't admit it. Integrity is a core part of a strong personality, and it's what gives you the power to make a difference in the world. Sign number 9. You embrace change and challenges. Strong personalities are often marked by resilience and a willingness to embrace change. While others may shy away from the unknown, you see challenges as opportunities for growth. This adaptability can be intimidating to people who prefer predictability and routine. Imagine you're in a situation where a big change is happening, a new job, a move to a different city, or a major life transition. While others may feel anxious or resistant, you're ready to take it on, seeing it as a chance to grow. This open-mindedness and willingness to face the unknown can make people around you feel uneasy, especially if they're risk-averse. Challenge factor. Adaptability is a hallmark of a strong personality. Your ability to accept and even welcome change can make others question their own resilience, and this contrast can feel intimidating to those who prefer stability. Reflection moment. Consider the times when you've been the first to embrace a new opportunity or take on a challenging task. Others may have seen this as brave or even daunting. Your ability to grow and evolve is a powerful trait that sets you apart. Closing encouragement. Your adaptability is a strength, one that allows you to keep moving forward in life with courage and optimism. Embrace this as a defining part of who you are, and let others be inspired by your resilience. Closing thoughts. Having a strong, possibly intimidating personality is a beautiful thing. It means you're someone who lives with purpose, conviction, and courage. You're not afraid to be yourself, to stand alone if necessary, and to challenge yourself in ways that others may avoid. Embrace each of these signs, not as traits that set you apart, but as the qualities that make you uniquely powerful. You don't need to change for anyone. Remember, it's often those with the strongest presence who inspire others to be better versions of themselves. So keep shining, and let your personality be the force that drives change, respect, and inspiration in the world.